Somebody pick it up yourself.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Before we get started, Chief, can you keep quiet today? I mean,
I hope they do.
I'm talking about you.
Sounds good. What kind of mess?
All right, we'll call the meeting to order. Everyone please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As usual, silence your cell phones. Ms. Suttles, we have roll call.
Mayor Plummer.
Here.
Commissioner Brooks.
Here.
Commissioner Fields will be absent today. Commissioner Gray.
Here.
Commissioner Galbraith.
Here.
We have a quorum and ready for the transaction of business.
Okay, Matt.
Thank you, Mayor. Welcome, everyone. Item number 4 on the agenda is approval of the minutes for the regular meeting dated September 23rd, 2025. So take a motion, Commissioner Brooks, second by the Mayor. Any further discussion, comments? All in favor? Motion carries. Item number 5 on your agenda, ordinances. We have first reading ordinance number 2025-25, amending compensation scale. We also have a draft municipal order creation of a GIS coordinator position with, of course, everyone knows that Charlie's retiring at the end of the month. We had an opportunity to look at that position overall, and in order to meet their ongoing needs for our utilities as well as support for planning and zoning and our operations as a whole, the recommendation or the request is to essentially create a position, boosting, again, those responsibilities, duties and responsibilities for a GRS coordinator position. So we would ask that consider that. This is first reading, right, Brian? So we don't have a vote, but at the next meeting, because we are adding the position to the compensation scale, then that would require 2 readings. Anything beyond that, Brian?
No, just that the order that creates the position, it's already here, but you wouldn't vote on it yet unless the ordinance passes.
So, all right. Any questions further on that? Item B, first reading ordinance 2025-26 relating to building inspection permit fees. Brian, you want to?
Sure, I'll take over this request from Michelle and planning office. So the current code provision on inspection and permit fees is quite old and needs to be updated. And it even was written in a time that didn't contemplate full-time employees. So this is an update to that. You'll see the change in the pricing. I think this just brings us in line with a modernization of the cost structure as well as pretty consistent with other communities around us.
Questions? Item B. Moving on, item C, first reading ordinance 2025-27, amendment to a section within the utility building ordinance related to late fees. I think we discussed this a little bit last time, and a couple of citizens that had expressed the need for us to look at that, review that because of the fact that, just the delays that that citizens and customers could have if those payments are being mailed in. So, again, this is, looking at the, postmark date versus the, receipt date and changing that language to, again, in order to help customers not incur those late fees. So that's what this is aimed to do. Any questions?
I think it's a fair thing to do.
Fair thing. All right. Moving on, item number 6, regular agenda, municipal order 2025-76, changing order number 4, increase due to construction for the change order on the water plant project. We had a progress meeting, it was last week, looking at finishing up those improvements at the water plant, about 70% complete, and looking at hopefully by the end of the year, wrapping this project up. So it involves our disinfection process as well as our SCADA system improvements to our plant. So, and Chad's here to answer any specific questions, but we do have that change order, and it's a decrease. Questions on that? Seeing none, we have a motion to approve. Motion by Commissioner Brooks. We have a second. Second, Commissioner Gray. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item number 7, consent agenda. Would anyone care to raise any of those items for further discussion? I think there was some question about the engine repair and the pre-bid, so we've got that on here. There's some question I think Commissioner Real had about the cooling tower, looking.
Yeah.
As soon as that comes in, hopefully less than a week to get that installed.
Yeah, my questions there were, when would they start and how long would it take? So, and replied back that it would be 6 to 8 weeks out to get the equipment, and then, believe it or not, 3 days to get it done.
Yeah, hopefully, I think what's telling like,
Yeah.
less than a week would be good, so. It's definitely needed. Item F, I would like to raise that. So part of our ongoing reorg, hiring in the front office, with not hiring the assistant city manager, discussed in my update to hire an admin position. So that's on there as well, as about the request approval to move forward on that. We do have some vacancies that are currently posted to fill, again, those vacancies that were in the budget and that were approved previously. So looking to hire and improve our customer service. I think this would go a long way to do that. So we'd ask for approval on that. It's the only ones I wanted to highlight. If anybody have any other questions, I'd be glad to. With that, we have a vote. We need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by the mayor, we have a second.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Brooks. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 8, reports, outside agencies, CTEDN, do you have anything for us?
As usual.
Good weekend this week?
It was, so that is also on my report, but I'm also reporting for Allison, who apologizes, but she is at Leadership Bourbon County, and they're doing nonprofits today, so there's lots of folks at the YMCA right now learning about all the nonprofits. She wanted just to briefly report that she had gotten 12 new members since the last meeting. She's doing really well on bringing new members in. And that Coffee and Commerce, if any of you all have been to it, it's very, very successful. So last time it was at the newspaper office and there were 20 people there. Unfortunately, I can't be there sometimes because it's the regional tourism meeting. So I do hate to miss it. She did also ask to remind everybody that Dia de los Muertos, she's on that committee, is November 2nd. This weekend was darn near perfect in Bourbon County. On Saturday, the stores had sales. There were people all over town. There were open air artists all over painting. Now, you didn't see all of them because they were in different places. Some of them were out in the country. Some of them were on a farm. Some of them were right downtown. When that was over, there was a reception at Hopewell Museum, and the artists sold their paintings that they had done during the day and did quite well. That night was the ticketed event, the big fall meat gala at Stone Farm. About 250 people attended out there. Beautiful weather, good food, good friends. It was very successful. The next day, I saw Mayor Plummer downtown, but didn't get to talk to you. There were quite a big crowd at the unveiling of the mural. A highlight of that was Arthur Hancock telling the story of Sunday Silence, and then he and his son sang Sunday Silence. So, and then they went up and painted the last brush stroke on the mural. So that was really a touching event. Coming up, we've got October 16th, we've got pumpkins on the courthouse steps. We're gonna go ahead and put the lights on, well, actually it's October 19th. Lights on so that the steps can get the pumpkins on them for trunk or treat, which is on the 25th. For the Kiwanis Club around the courthouse. And on the 24th, there's ghost stories at from the Storytelling Festival at Hopewell Museum. At 7 o'clock, that's the ghost stories for the children, and at 8 o'clock, it's the ghost stories for the adults. So 8 o'clock, be prepared to be scared. Jocelyn Russell is in town right now doing a sculpting workshop at Quillen's building that's for sale. So, and she doesn't mind if you stop in and watch the students sculpting. I went in the other day and took some pictures, and they're doing quite well. And it's very exciting to have somebody of her caliber in Bourbon County teaching. The next America 250, we're getting more and more people that are joining the committee. Duncan Tavern has committed to being the kickoff, and they're planning an event for January. So the next meeting is October 22nd at 4:30, and we're moving all the meetings to Legion Park because they have the most space.
Awesome.
Any questions?
Thanks for everything, Peggy.
Thanks, Peggy. Michelle, did you have anything?
Good morning.
Good morning.
So for the month of September, our office issued 24 building permits, 10 of which were within the city limits. We did 30 electrical permits, 14 of those were within the city limits. There was one address request, it was in the county. There were no street cuts. We did have one stream construction, which is your floodplain. It was within the city limits. We did 26 building inspections, 16 of those were within the city limits. We had 19 planning and zoning applications received in our office. There were 63 code enforcement violations, 59 of those were within the city limits. We did 12 water taps, 12 sewer taps. We have our Board of Adjustments meeting this month is next Tuesday, the 21st. We have 9 items on the agenda. for Board of Adjustments, which is very large for our meetings. Our planning and zoning meeting will be next Thursday, the 23rd. This one is out of sync. But we have one item on the agenda. We also are having a special Board of Adjustments meeting on the 23rd prior to our P and Z meeting at 5:30 for one item on the agenda for a conditional use permit application. And then our TRC meeting will be October 27th at 1:30 here. So it's been rather busy in our office. Questions?
Appreciate it, Michelle. Yeah, I'll just reiterate, it's a busy time.
Yes,
You know,
which is great.
Yeah,
Great.
it's a good thing.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks, Michelle. Any other reports from outside agencies? Ms. Bessie, you have anything?
No, not today.
Thank you for being here, of course. We'll check out next to you. Any reports from city staff? We got a lot of stuff going on, Chief.
The parking lot on Fifth and Sixth is paved and, been striped right now. We'll be putting the car stops in this afternoon. Open it back up by tomorrow.
Anything else? Chief, good work last week. In your efforts. Would like to congratulate Marissa. She has achieved her level 1 achievement in city governance, I think it was, at KLC conference. So congratulations to you there. So thank you. Any other reports from city staff? I would like to report, we had, I said a week or so ago, we had Kelly Baker in town from Transportation Cabinet. We had an opportunity to drive around, look at some projects in town that's kind of ongoing and some things that we want to get into the till for the Transportation Cabinet. So, so including, the traffic signal on the bypass.
We basically took him to the signal, made him sit and wait.
Yeah.
Busy time.
Yeah.
Great.
Not good. So I think it was,
I've been on that for like 10 years now.
yeah. So it's good to have that visual.
He said he understood that and that could be something they could take care of. So we'll see.
Flip the switch, right? Great.
But I did want to report on that. Again, several things going on, and would like to pass that along. So, Mayor, do you have anything?
No, everything's going well. I appreciate everybody and what they do. Including just the citizens of Paris. It's a group effort, so really do appreciate it.
Thank you, Mayor. Mr. Brooks.
If Josh maybe share just a couple minutes on our new ambulance that we got to check out yesterday and let folks know when that'll be hopefully in service.
Yes, yesterday we had found some more like issue with it. Hopefully they're saying with Jason, by the end of the month, we should have equipment on it. So they can come in to inspect it. They gotta get the blessing on it. Once that's done, we should get it in service. Our goal is November 1st. So, but we ain't gonna pay the bill on it until like 4 or 5 things are fixed. He's got a list. They should be coming back this week for address to, today, fix things on it.
I thought we'd share that with the public since we can't just order these pieces of equipment and get them in 6 months anymore. And
No, it took, definitely how long it takes, 2.5 years.
2.5 years to get this ambulance.
And we've already ordered
$400,000.
Yeah.
$500,000 piece of equipment.
They're not cheap to operate.
It's still, it's still got
And just wanted to share that because a lot of times people don't know. We're a very well equipped community. I feel safe whether I'm calling for an ambulance, a police officer, firefighters, whatever. We got top-notch crew, top-notch equipment. Just wanted him to kind of share when that was going to be on the road. So,
Absolutely.
I guess I'll touch on a hot subject with the Colonial Motel, and we had the Colonial drug bust, and I want people to know that we're aware and that we're going to attempt to do what we can do as city officials with the help of our attorney.
Exactly.
That's all I have. I just want people to be aware.
Mayor and Chief and I had a discussion yesterday morning, as well as Brian, and of course we have the chronic nuisance ordinance. And we're gonna do everything we can to,
Somebody
further.
want to explain what's going on? It's
Brian,
really
you wanna
not.
talk a little bit about that?
You aware, I guess, of what happened at the Colonial Motel, the drug bust?
I think so, but
Okay.
maybe everybody gets.
There was a drug bust there with our Bluegrass Narcotics Task Force. You want to touch on that, Chief, what that task force is real quick? And
So that task force is made up of Harrison County, SO, Centennial Police Department, Harrison Police Department, Bergen County Sheriff's Office, and they work a lot with the state task force too, so they buy drugs, investigate, so Colonial is a hot place all the time for us. Trying to help this situation with that place get straightened out for.
People rent, or do people live there? Or is it still
Rent.
Still room rental?
But we want the community to know that we're aware and we're not sitting on our hands. We are just as concerned about it as everyone else. And we'll do what we can to rectify the situation.
Absolutely. Thank you, Commissioner. Mr. Galvin?
No, I was going to touch on Colonial Motel also, so Tim's already done that. And I wanted to thank Mike, his crew, and the city for the enhancement on the lot on the 500 block. It'll really add to the downtown. It really will. It looks nice. Kind of anxious to see what it looks like, new striping.
I think Betty Ann mentioned about maybe some other flowers or decorations out there.
Well, she'd have water.
Always learning things.
Well, it is on our list when we call.
Mike hates it when they call me, so. We'll see.
Thank you. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Mike, did you have anything?
I do need to report on the disc golf. The gentleman touched base with me. They are working over there. There's I guess a pretty good sized pile of brush that we're working on getting cleared out for him, but they are working. He doesn't have a projected time, but they were getting ready to start setting baskets. I guess that's what you use in that, so, but they are working on it.
I had it on my list too, so I'm glad you mentioned that. I think, anything? Brian? Brad?
Let's see, the only thing we had our planning meeting with the auditors, last week, and I think we're anticipating on getting the field work started around the middle of November. Probably won't have the report ready for the December meeting, but should for the first of the January meeting. So we'll have that in process here pretty soon.
Wood, as I mentioned earlier, we got Charlie retiring at the end of the month, and of course, Chief Duffy's here. We didn't give him a proper send-off, and we just wanted to give him a hard time. So a couple months ago, we didn't give him a proper send-off, but I would encourage everyone to stick around. We're going to have some light refreshments, and we have some plaques for those two gentlemen, and appreciate all their service. And again, Charlie at the end of the month, and Duffy retired at the end of August. So we encourage you to stick around and chit chat, and we got some refreshments and fellowship a little bit. So we do appreciate that. There's anything further to come before the commission. We entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Mayor, second by Commissioner Brooks. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Appreciate you all.